Okay, so check this out. I've been invited to come to the Runway Classic car show slash bike show, and I've been asked to judge the bikes and pick a winner of my favorite. Didn't really give me any specifics on what categories or anything to do, so this is what I've decided to do. We're gonna rank, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories. We'll go 1 through 5. I have the score at the end, and that'll be the best bike. We got, as you can see here, we got paint, engine mods, wheels, sound of the bike, originality, the crowd's response to the bike, and the owner's passion for the build. We'll add up scores at the end of the day, see which one's our favorite. Let's go check it out. How do you feel your first Runway Classic is going?
It's been pretty good. We've had a great turnout. We were hoping for a little more exotics, but those people had some car issues, so it's excusable. But other than that, like, we got an S2000 rolling in right now.
Nice car.
Yeah.
So your exotics, you're hoping for like more European kind of things then?
Yeah, we were expecting a couple R8s. There's going to be a Dodge Demon show up today, but unfortunately he had his car broken into last night. R8 blew a trans seal doing donuts at another show last night. And then Lamborghini's got a blown motor, so you guys are having too much fun.
That's awesome. So changes for next year, what do you think?
Layout's got to be different. We were going to do a different style parking, which probably would have worked better in hindsight, but because of time frames we had to park everybody the way that they are. So definitely going to have the track for the runway for a longer time. We're going to definitely have the food trucks closer, change our judging, trophies, all that kind of stuff will be different next year as well.
How are you judging the cars today?
We have a point system. I don't have a sheet on me, or I'd show you that. But they pretty much get however many points for each mod, and then highest points win.
It's basically the same way I'm judging the bikes.
Yeah, pretty much.
So all proceeds made today, they're being donated to
Huron County Crime Stoppers. So they've been a really big help. They helped with us with all the legalities. They fronted the cash for the porta potties and everything. So in our vendors alone, we managed to make that plus more money back. So every individual car is just more money in their pocket.
That's great. So all the money's going to a great cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then next year we'll have a bigger budget as well, because there's going to be Crime Stoppers budget is going to increase. Plus I'm going to go to other shows to help promote this show and raise our budget that way as well.
And how many cars do you have entered today?
Last time I checked, which was about 11:30, we were floating around 150 maybe.
It's a decent size show. And there's, what, 15 bikes, I think you told me?
Yeah, there's, no, I think there's about 15 bikes. Whatever Bikers Against Child Abuse brought, this guy here, Power Center, and then there's a couple down that way as well.
Awesome. Can't wait to judge them. I love my bikes. All right, so out of all the cars here today, which one is your favorite other than your own?
My personal favorite is Eleanor, obviously.
Has to be Eleanor,
Yeah.
the GT500. Gone in 60 seconds car.
Yeah. But no, there's been a lot of cars that have pulled in since I've had the chance to get down the runway, so I can't even... I've been like this far in the last 2 hours.
That's the joys of running the show. We don't get to enjoy it as much, eh?
No.
It's awesome. All right, thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Talk soon.
See you later.
Okay, so what all have you done to your bike here?
So
Well, let's start with what it is actually.
Yeah, it's a 99 Softail. So factory Springer. Evo, last year the Evo, so that motor's getting harder to find. Pretty well stock internals, just blinged it up a little for the motor. Custom exhaust, slam 2 inches in the rear, 1.5 inches out of the Springer in the front, so it's the same seat height as a Honda 50,
Nice.
about 23 inches. Full suspension, and all kinds of shiny goodies.
Shiny goodies, that's
Yeah.
right. And the paint, that's
Full custom paint.
That's full
yeah.
custom paint?
Yeah.
Obviously didn't come like that.
No.
Awesome. And the handlebars?
Handlebars, custom risers. We rolled the front fender back about 4 inches and smoothed out the rivets off of it, so
Okay.
clean that look up a bit. Custom rear fender. Yeah, custom
Awesome.
bracket on the headlight.
It's a lot of work went
Yeah,
into it.
lots and lots of work.
It's not just rolled out of the
No,
factory.
this was
like that,
this was our winter build this year.
It's a very sharp looking bike. You did a great job.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Great. So what kind of bike we got here?
It's a Yamaha Striker,
Yamaha Striker 2015.
2015. Yeah.
And what mods have you done to it?
Well, we've done the exhaust. We've got a fuel controller on it. What else have I done?
Like a power commander kind
Power
of?
command. Yeah. Well, it's a Cobra FI 2000R,
Okay.
right? And I've got bags coming for it. I mean, I've had it 3.5 weeks,
Oh, nice.
so it's. I really like the paint on it.
That's a sharp color.
Right. Need to get the stupid stickers off the gas tank. I haven't.
Yeah.
Started peeling on them. I just ordered some stuff in that'll take those off. So
Heat gun.
yeah, I was afraid to bubble in the paint. Right, it's brand new. Brand new paint. I didn't want to touch it. So yeah,
That is the factory paint.
yeah.
Cool.
Believe it or not, yeah. I really. That's why I bought it. I really like the factory paint.
Yeah, it's a really nice color.
But the new bags will make it a little easier to carry stuff around for it.
Yeah, definitely.
They should be in next week.
What would something like this have for horsepower?
I think it's about 70 horsepower.
70? Yeah. Torque?
Torque,
Probably.
right around the 76 area. Yeah, it's torquey as hell.
About 1500 cc?
It's 1300.
1300?
Actually, 1304 exactly, 80 cubic inches.
Right on.
So
Cool.
goes like hell. Actually, goes a lot faster than I thought it would. I went from a sport bike to this. So
What was your sport bike?
I had an FJR 1300.
1300.
And that one like stink.
They're quick. Did you have an issue with a really hot seat?
Actually, not so bad on mine, but I had a Corbin aftermarket seat on it, so.
I had one out a couple weeks ago and my nuts were roasted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess mine was an older one. Mine was an 05, so I finally got rid of it. I had it for a while, but getting a little older, my legs and my hips and my knees don't like the seating position so much on the FJR.
And you find this much more comfortable?
Oh god, yeah, like sitting on a couch. Your feet are forward or they're up. It's torquey. I mean, you can't get down in the corners like you can on the FJR or any other sport bike, but it's got all kinds of torque and it'll go all day. So,
Yeah, right on.
and it's a lot more comfortable to get off of at the end of the day. I missed the bags on the FJR, but I've already ordered bags for this. So, like I said, there's a few more things. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that windshield or if I'm going to buy a Batwing.
Batwing, yeah.
I don't know if I get the Batwing, I'll paint it to match. It might be nicer to have the Batwing in the fall
Yeah.
than in the early spring when it gets cold.
When it gets cold, yeah.
Right now, this is fine.
Right on. Well, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, so what is the bike to begin with?
It is a 2009 Honda VTX Custom.
Oh, okay. And what all have you done to it?
Done to it. So the bike itself is stock other than pipes and seats and everything else, but I've done it up in a 1980s horror movie character theme. So if you see on the other side there, I've got my machetes actually, or my kickstand's a machete from Jason. I have Jason, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers. I have the original zombie from The Walking Dead, and I have them all autographed by the original characters.
Autographed even?
So even the Jason, I met the original Jason, which was Kane Hodder from number 1, 2, and 3. So he's autographed his picture. I met Tony Moran this year from He's the original Michael Myers, so he autographed his. Emily Kinney I met last year. She autographed her piece. I got pictures of all of them with the bikes and all their signatures. And
So where did you find these people to
majority
autograph
of the
them?
3 of them Comic-Cons.
Comic-Cons,
Yeah,
okay.
man. So they end up at the Comic-Con doing autographs. So I pull up on the motorcycle. I go stand in line. I say, "Here's my $30." They're, "What do you want autographed?" I'm like, "My motorcycle outside."
So which Comic-Con was this?
So I met 2 of them in Niagara and 1 of them in London.
Okay.
Emily Kinney was in London, and 2 of them I met in Niagara. I still got to find Freddy Krueger yet. And then I just picked up the Batwing this week. I'm going to be putting on Reagan from The Exorcist up the dead center of it. She'll be holding out her hands, holding 2 severed heads of, one of them will be the Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the other one's Hannibal Lecter.
Nice.
And then I'm putting into the It Clown, and then Captain Spaulding from Devil's Rejects on the other side of it.
So the new It Clown
No,
or the old one? The original?
No, the
From
original,
the
yeah, for
80s
sure.
or late 80s, early
So then
90s?
this year we're going to be turning the handlebar into a femur bone, and I'm going to turn these bottom foot pegs into rib cages. And then at nighttime you can't see it during the day, but at night it's all lit up in these LED orange lights, and they breathe, so it looks like the bike's breathing. Really cool. And then my horn is a blood-curdling scream, a female going,
That's
which
awesome.
is quite neat. So yeah, that's
Cool.
my baby. That's Devil's Night.
That's-
Painted by a guy named Dave Primer, Primetime Airbrush, and he used to be in St. Thomas. Now he's in Wellesley, just outside of KW.
Okay, right on.
Kid, yeah, he's awesome.
So yeah, you clearly put a lot of work into
Ton of
this.
work into it. Nowhere near done with it yet, and I still ride it every single day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
All right, thanks for your time.
Cheers, man. Cheers. Appreciate it.
So we've got a 2002 Harley Sportster with a Lehman trike kit. And we've done a custom wide glide front end here. 8-inch
He's got an exhaust.
fork tubes. Lots of chrome. Big 21-inch front wheel. It's got a 1200cc kit in it. And then we've added a trailer hitch so we can tow pretty much anything.
That's awesome. So you bought it as a trike?
Yeah, it came basically from the dealer as a trike. They put the kit on it.
Okay.
Did all that fun, and we added the front end and a lot of different little custom things throughout.
And the engine's stock internal?
It's a 1200 big bore that's in it.
Okay.
High flow air filter and lots of work done to the car.
So how long would a build like that take?
Not too bad, like a week or so if you're just going casually at it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. We threw the front end together in the last 2 days, so we were kind of rushing to get it done for the show.
That's awesome. It's all about getting it to the show. Great. Thanks for your time. All right, you want to tell us what mods you've done to the bike? Or we'll start with what it is.
Well, what it is a 2012 Harley Davidson Road Glide. As you say, there's Willie G skulls everywhere. The mirrors, grips, floorboards, both rider and passenger. The highway pegs, the hard lowers. There's underglow on it. It's got a Pro hypercharger on it. The exhaust is done.
What exhaust is it?
It's a I just lost my train of thought. They're Reinhardt's. Right?
Okay, Reiner.
Yeah, the Reinhardt exhaust. So other than that, that's pretty much it. It's a 103, so it's what a 1705 for CC displacement. Give or take.
What kind of horsepower would something like that make?
I'm probably close to 90 horse.
90 horse.
Give or take. It'll move.
Yeah. Yeah,
the first
it's
time-
more about the torque with these things, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's really not much I can't get off the line. Like when you let it go off the line, you better be holding on. So it'll definitely move.
Right on.
So yeah, it's kind of like riding a lazy boy down the street, basically.
And tons of storage.
Absolutely. Yeah, the hard bags, the tour deck, even in the fairing has storage. So the main difference between say this one and that one is his fairing is mounted to the bars. Mine is mounted to the frame. So Sorry, this
Okay, yeah.
particular
So
one.
it doesn't, your headlight doesn't turn
Yeah, no.
with.
So when I steer, my fairing stays straight, whereas his
His
will
goes
turn.
with, yeah.
Will turn with that. That's the real main difference to it. So that, and you can tell mine gets ridden and his gets polished. So.
This is a little cleaner, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are people that own bikes, and then there are people that ride them.
That's right.
Just saying.
That's what mine looks like right now.
What do you ride?
I got a Kawasaki Z800.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it. It's a fun little boy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
Vincent, tallying up these numbers, what do you think?
Well, I think we had a really good day.
Yeah,
I think they all showed a lot of passion, but I think
it was unfortunate that some of the bikes had left before we had gotten to them.
yeah.
Yikes.
Thank you. It was unfortunate because we would have had more to look at and compare. But
Yeah, and I'm glad we're doing it that just because the bike looks the prettiest, it doesn't mean it's going to win.
that's right. Yeah. So we have categories of paint, engine mods, wheels. What's that one?
The
Exhaust mod, originality,
originality, that's an important one.
and owner
And owner
passion.
passion. So the bike that was actually the nicest looking, the owner was nowhere to be found to even talk to him. He wasn't even here at the show. How can you say he's passionate if he's not willing to be standing beside his bike?
That's right. So he got a 3.
Yeah. 3 out of 5. So, all right, well, let's tally him up. See what
Okay.
we get. Well, let's hand in the results to the organizers of this event,
Runway Classic.
Runway Classic, and we'll express our feelings and which bike was actually the best, but who we felt was the better presenter and who's got a better cause, and maybe that'll influence them to either give it to who has the better bike or who is actually here and passionate about what they're doing.
Yeah,
Then-
because the numbers are close enough that that can be done.
Yeah.
Let's
Deal.
Deal.
Well, thanks for tuning in to Ride On 2 this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
This
throw-
was tough.
Yeah, it was tough. I enjoyed it though, I really did. Hit the thumbs up like button, or if you hate it, thumbs down, I guess. Hit us up next week, and remember my 3 rules. Ride safe, have fun, keep the shiny side up. Bye. Alright, so you guys are here for your Bikers Against Child Abuse. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, sir. So we basically exist to empower children not to fear the world in which they live. So we work with mentally, sexually, physically abused kids that have some kind of an active case, either through CAS or through the courts. We're not vigilantes by any means whatsoever, but we stand ready 24/7 to be an obstacle to keep them safe.
That's
and
great.
really trying to eradicate that fear that they have just from what happened and give them some of their choices back.
That's great.
Yeah, man.
So what you say to avoid the obstacles and stuff, like what
So as an example,
tactics do you use?
well, if you can imagine, so we'll stand on guard at their house 24/7, 365, and just surround the house, make
If
sure
there's
that
like
the
an
child
abusive
feels safe.
parent or
if
something.
there is a situation where there's potential of someone trying to come back at the child, we're not vigilantes. I don't care about the perpetrators. We're not after them whatsoever, but we do stand
Just
ready to
a
be an obstacle.
safeguard wall,
Exactly.
basically.
So you can imagine, like, court is scary enough as an adult. Imagine being a 7-year-old child who's got to go back and relive this horrible nightmare thing that's happened to you. So a few days before court, they get really stressed out and really scared and really afraid that things are going to happen. And sometimes the perpetrators don't want to go back to jail, so they make threats that they're going to make it so that people can't get to court.
Yeah.
At those situations, we're on guard 3, 4, 5 nights, 2 weeks at a time in shifts, just to make sure that the child feels safe. Ultimately, that's all we do.
That's a great purpose.
It's an amazing cause, and it's unfortunate that the job exists, but until it doesn't, we all stand ready. We're all 100% volunteers. Not one dime that we take in goes to any of us. Every penny we take in charity is right back to the mission and to the charity.
How many members do you figure you have?
So the answer that I'd have to give to you is enough. Because unfortunately, we had a scenario where through an interview there was a perpetrator that had acted like an interview and wanted to find out how many they needed to have. So at that point, I will never be able to give you the accurate number. I'll let you know that I have enough to do my mission.
That's a good answer. Good
Right?
answer. Yeah.
That work?
That works. All right. Thank you.
Awesome meeting you.